Empathy. Remember when we used to put ourselves in other people's shoes? We're all so different. We always have been. That's what makes Canada what it is. That's our strength. Unity is our strength. We're all so lost. We are all so out of touch with our country, with our values. The machine has been so successful at dividing us all. I don't care if you're left. I don't care if you're center. I don't care if you're right. At the end of the day, you are a human being. Whether or not you agree with people who were protesting in Ottawa at the Freedom Convoy, you have to think about something that matters to you. Maybe your cause is fighting Black Lives Matter. Maybe your cause is fighting for Indigenous rights. Maybe you protest for Palestine, Iran, or maybe for the Ukraine. I can empathize and understand how the convoy was difficult on residents from Ottawa. I really can. But who do you put the blame on? Because we, the people, wanted one thing and one thing only, and it was to talk to the people who serve us. It was to talk to the people we pay to serve us, and all they did was ignore us for 2 years. There was no proper way to do it. Whether you tried to go and speak at city council, regional council, there was no way to do it. You could have tried to reach out to your chief medical officer, local members of parliament. Everyone was being silenced and nobody was being heard. Think about why all these people would just quit life, sit out in the freezing cold. It's because they lost everything. They lost their family, they lost their friends, they lost their jobs, and they couldn't even go out and eat at a restaurant. Children didn't even have the right to an education anymore. And the more time goes along, the more we find out. It just came out on Thursday that the commissioner of the RCMP, Brenda Lucki, wanted to bring the Canadian Armed Forces in and dress them up undercover in RCMP uniforms and put them against the very people who pay them to protect them. The police officers who were there would not identify themselves. After people got beat down with a loaded rifle barrel, people were trying to ask officers for their badge numbers so they could hold them accountable in the right way, and they would not identify themselves. This is illegal and is not common practice in Canada. People were getting arrested and hogtied and thrown into the back of a paddy wagon like a package of meat, driven out of town and dropped off at an unknown location without a phone and with no charges to boot. Literally kidnapped. Think about it. What if the next time you go out to protest Black Lives Matter, abortion, gay rights, whatever it is that means most to you and you're passionate about, in a peaceful manner, that you, too, are met with this brute force? Because being okay with what happens means you're setting the stage for what happens in the future. And just remember, while all this happened to all these people, there was not one charge of unlawful protest given out the entire time.